Hey there, Sean from Rebase back to bring you critical mistake number 2 that can sabotage your team growth efforts. Now, critical mistake number 1 that we discussed was in your job advertisement and marketing your position is talking about, leading by talking about you, leading with company information, organizational information, a backstory, a history. Mistake number two is related to that. Now, at some point in your job description, at some point in your hiring process, you are going to go into describing your organization and how this opportunity fits in with where your organization is at and where you've come from. But mistake number 2 is really where you tell your life story of the organization and you get so excited and so caught up in talking about the history of the organization, the problems you solve, the customers you serve, where you've come from, where you're going, where you've been, how your team dynamic is, all of those things that you really just want to spell out absolutely everything. And while I understand the motivation that goes into that, it can be a little overwhelming and it can be a little bit too much whenever you try to give an entire history lesson to a candidate who may or may not be interested in working with your organization. And I want you to really think about just cutting down the amount of information you provide about your org to the bare essentials, to just the facts. And remember that, especially when marketing a job opportunity, you will have plenty of time to talk about the organization with the right candidate as they go through your recruiting process. There's no need to give an entire history lesson to somebody who's just reading through a job rec, job ad, whatever you want to call it. That position description does not need to include every single little detail and historical fact about your organization. Save something for the second date. You might say, I so often see companies that feel like they just need to talk about themselves with every little detail, every little nook and cranny about their business. And once again, with this particular job ad, all you're trying to do is gain the interest of the right candidate. So you want to make sure that you are providing just enough information about your organization, but not giving an entire history lesson. So remember that. Try to cut it down to a few sentences, a few paragraphs, if you will, about just what is really most important to that ideal candidate.